Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth, and I am back to do another Divine Feminine in separation from her Divine Masculine reading. And this will be for my water sign Divine Feminines, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. And this is starting November 15th through the 23rd of November 2019. And the decks, darn it, I forgot to light my candle again. The decks that I'm using today, I am using for my Oracle deck, guys. I am using the Divine Feminine Oracle. And this is a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous deck by Megan Watterson. I highly recommend you guys check this Oracle deck out. I enjoy it. I use this deck a few times a week just for myself. And then the other deck I'm using is my Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn, one of my personal favorite decks. So I started with my Divine Feminine deck to pick a theme for my reading for my Divine Feminine water signs. And so the card I pulled while I was meditating, it was interesting. I got Freya. She's beautiful. There she is. You can see her, Freya. And Freya is the goddess of discernment. And it says here, I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. So that's interesting. I'm going to put Freya right there so you guys can look at her. And there you go. There's Freya. And I'm going to read to you what it says when your soul selects her card. So discernment is derived from the Greek word diakrisis, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It refers to a spiritual power that allows you to distinguish between the spirits that will cause harm and the spirits that will assist you. It lets us discern when a phone call or an email or a visit from a friend is going to add to our day or if it's going to derail it. Discernment is the difference between feeling led by the day, pulled this way and that, and claiming it. Our time in this lifetime, at least, is limited. Every second is significant. Freya reminds us of the searching perception we all have, but perhaps don't use frequently enough. She wants us to be discerning with how we choose to spend our time and whom we choose to love. She wants us to never ever say yes to anything or anyone from a place of fear or obligation. You are a demigoddess, a Valkyrie, a priestess of your own fate. You get to choose the life you want to live. If this happens by being fierce and warrior-like about what you say yes to, use discernment so that you are only saying yes to what will actually nourish and renew you, inspire or expand you. It's not your business to worry about those you might disappoint. You were not made to meet everybody's expectations of you. You were made to express the truth of who you are and to use the brief time you have here to live out your potential. Nothing is obligatory except breathing. Your only true obligation is to the voice of your own soul. Freya wants you to realize the gleaming gold that you are and act accordingly. She wants you to unapologetically choose the life you actually want to be living right now. She wants you to make your yes holy again by only using it when it's the truth. Interesting. The intention is I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. The question is, what does a hell yes, the holy yes, feel like in my body? So what does it feel like when you have a knowing that something feels right? Discernment, being discerning, trusting what is correct for you. I hope this makes sense. So I'm going to get started with my reading for my water sign Divine Feminines in separation from their Divine Masculine. And we're going to start, you guys, with the recent past. So we do have in the recent past, we've got the Two of Wands. Okay, here we go. The recent past, the Two of Wands is about making, it's deciding about what you're going to do. You're ready for action. You're ready to get going and move on something. You have a plan. There's an idea, something in your mind that you wanted to work on, or something that you want to, like with this card, expanding your business, becoming more efficient with the career you have, expanding your career as far as promotions are concerned. And also the Two of Wands, making decisions for yourself that will help you grow and evolve. Now, clarifying the card, we've got the Nine of Cups, which is the card of wish fulfillment. So I feel like in this energy in the recent past, you guys have been more focused on your own personal happiness, if that makes any sense, because that's the way I'm reading it. As I look at this card, I feel like a lot of you water sign divine females have been preoccupied with other issues, especially with the divine masculine and separation. And now recently, perhaps some of you water signs have been emotionally detaching from your divine masculine and separation and focusing on your own personal happiness, your career, your personal endeavors, your goals. There are other things that are far more important right now in this energy that I'm reading, especially with the Nine of Cups. What makes you happy? And again, it goes back to the message from Freya, which is discernment. You've had to make some decisions recently about moving forward and focusing on your own personal goals. So that being said, we're moving into the present energy, which is interesting. We've got strength, which is a major arcana card. And this is, the emotional strength we have right now to empower ourselves. Okay, so to be self-empowering, to embrace your fears. It is the energy of facing your fears. And so right now, you guys, some of you divine feminines are in a position where you are getting out of your own way and facing your fears and realizing that it's not all that bad out there on your own. It's not that bad out there. In fact, you're discovering, many of my water sign feminines, that you are courageous and bold and audacious and brave. Now, what's interesting is clarifying the card is the Tower. So I was meditating on this specific energy earlier, and I feel like you guys came out of a really, I think, shocking or unexpected situation that kind of threw you for a loop with your divine masculine, but it catapulted you into a new direction in your life where you realized, I am a lot stronger than I ever thought I was. And that's this energy here. It's realizing that all of a sudden I can get through anything. I can survive this. It's also coming to terms with the reality of the last few months, that a lot of us in the last 6 months, a lot of the water signs and all the elemental signs here. Honestly, the energy I get, it's been a tumultuous few months. And this energy is, I want to get past this energy and overcome the adversity. So that's that there. I feel like a lot of you have had some realizations too. You've had some, that aha moment when you realize, I've got to focus on me. I need to let go of the memories of the past because they were painful. And so moving forward into the future, we have the Ten of Pentacles. And this is a lovely energy, Ten of Pentacles. And this is about, it is family. It's appreciating what you have, and also it's in the future. So it's an idea of family support, getting the support and love that you need from your family and friends. And it's also, I feel like, because I pulled a clarifying card, which was the Three of Wands, it's networking for your career. For some of you, this won't resonate with every single water sign, divine feminine out there. But, for some of you in the future, it shows that you're taking advantage of the people you know in the best way possible by expanding and networking. And for some of you, it's very much career oriented. It's putting the energy out there with people you know, and networking and expanding your business, expanding your career. Okay. And there seems to be a lot of support that you're receiving from certain people in your life, especially with the Ten of Pentacles. Excuse me. So I definitely feel in your immediate future, things are looking up, especially when it comes to your personal goals, your careers, the support you're receiving from family and friends. Okay. And again, within the Three of Wands is this energy of things are beginning to move forward now. So you may notice with your career an evolution, a movement forward. Now that with this the Three of Wands is, when in general it's launching your ships, it's launching an idea, it's beginning to happen. So for you guys, the networking that you're doing, the communication you're having with your family and your friends, people that you feel connected to, and professionally, by the way, are helping you move forward, okay, with specific goals. Now, let's see what's happening in the future as far as action energy. So we've got, as far as the action taking place in the coming week, we've got the Two of Cups, which is, of course, it's the energy of love. So this is action. This is the loving energy. I feel like some of you divine feminine water signs are still very much connected to your divine masculine in separation. However, the Five of Swords is the card that's clarifying this energy. Here we go, Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about betrayal. It's about defeat, someone taking advantage of you. And I feel like, hold on a minute here. With the action that's coming through here, there's this feeling of no longer wanting to hold on to the painful memories of the love that you once had for your divine masculine. It's too painful. I feel like for some of my divine feminines out there, you have issues of trust still with your divine masculine. Whatever behavior, I feel like the divine masculine, and in this energy, I feel like he left you out in the cold, so to speak. And with the Five of Swords, there was an energy of, how do I trust him ever again, or her? You can switch the roles up here if you want to. But this is action that you're taking, is I feel like you're taking the action to, the divine masculine, he seems to be very much front and center here. However, the energy of action is, don't trust it. Don't trust this divine masculine. I feel like for some of you, not all of you, the divine masculine, his intentions are not good. His intentions are not to be trusted. I don't trust it. That's my gut feeling here with not every divine feminine with her divine masculine, but honestly, this is a powerful energy that's coming through, that some of you have better things to do than to hold on to the idea of the divine masculine coming back. And even if he does come back, it's problematic. That's what I'm seeing. It's problematic, especially with what's coming in, not just with the Five of Swords, but with, let's see here, the other people around you here, environment, people. I mean, this is the energy of the people you're dealing with, Seven of Cups. So you're dealing with people who I feel talk a big talk with the Seven of Cups. They have a lot of ideas, but it's time now, with all the ideas that you guys have. I feel like a lot of you water signs, this is water energy. Seven of Cups is watery energy, definitely. And so it is, a lot of you water signs have been, let's see here, you've had a lot of ideas about how to promote yourself, how to get ahead, how to utilize your creativity, whether it be for your career, your personal goals, your health, your social standing. But the one thing I'm getting for sure is something to do with career. That for some of my water signs, you've had a lot of great ideas about what direction to go. And now you've got the Ace of Pentacles clarifying it, which is the opportunity or a door opening up and offering. I mean, this is the hand of God offering you this pentacle, which is the hand of God. It's an opportunity literally coming in. And it's kind of taking advantage or helping you along with kind of grounding yourself a little bit, water signs, my divine feminine water signs. And it's pick one or two things that you want to focus on and go with it, because with this Ace of Pentacles, you're being supported here by someone, or the energy is supporting you moving forward. And again, with networking with certain friends, they can help you move in that direction. So that being said, let's move forward now. Let's see. We've got in the hopes and fears energy, we have another seven, but it's a Seven of Swords. And with divine masculine energy, the problem, I think, for a lot of the divine feminine water signs is the issues of trust. The divine masculine's energy, his behavior, actions always speak louder than words. And this divine masculine's behavior was, if anything, shady. if anything, neglectful, sneaky. I mean, look, he's taken off with as many swords as he possibly can and leaving behind the mess, not caring at all, about how it affects anybody else. And that's I think some of you divine feminine water signs out here, felt this way, felt like I don't know what to do with this. It's uncertainty. It's that back and forth energy, it's, do I stay with this or do I let this go? And I think some of you are afraid to hold on to it and some of you are afraid to let go. And you're kind of getting in your own way with the Five of Wands, but it's also discernment. Remember, the theme here is Freya, discernment, and the Five of Wands is saying, don't let your emotions get the best of you here. Look at the reality of the Seven of Swords. The reality is your divine masculine, for some of you out there, was behaving in such a shady way. He was so deceptive, sneaky, secretive. I'm hearing very secretive, that you're getting to this point of, I'm conflicted, I'm angry, I don't know who to believe. I don't want to, it's almost this, I need to get out of my own way so that I can get out of this energy of uncertainty. You want to know, honestly, a lot of my water sign divine feminines here, you are determined to overcome the past. You're determined to succeed. This is really good energy. Not always do I pick up positive vibes from the Five of Wands, but in this particular energy, you're getting past your uncertainty and now you're determined to make a decision that's best for you. And that might mean getting to that point where you are angry at your divine masculine, where you are so pissed off that you say, I'm done. Now, again, this may not resonate with all of you. Some of you divine feminines are in a state of uncertainty with your divine masculine because there's been no communication. I feel like for some of you, the divine masculine has completely slipped away without any word. For some of my divine feminine water signs, your divine masculine just really caught you off guard. And it's interesting because of the way it all went down for some of you. You had to get strong. You had to lift yourself up. You had to get past the pain. And I don't think many of you divine feminines realized how strong you are, how grounded you really are. Water signs, we're emotional people. I understand that. But I also understand that we can be incredibly insightful. Water signs are incredibly insightful people, and they can only take so much BS. And they know when someone is spewing BS, and you guys know it. And I feel like for some of my divine feminines, you are in a position now where enough is enough, and you're getting past any idea of this divine masculine stepping up to the plate. For some of you, your divine masculine is incredibly stubborn, and he knows that what he did, for some of you, he's fully aware of his actions. I also get the impression with this divine masculine that he is conflicted and he feels guilty. And I get that feeling because of the outcome card here with the Six of Swords we've got for you guys. You guys finally are moving toward literally calmer shores. That's the Six of Swords. You're getting away from not just, it's this idea that the divine masculine has changed, whether it be in a few months or whether it be in a few weeks or even a year. We don't know. I get this impression that some of you out there, you water sign divine feminines in separation, that it's time to focus more on what's more important in your life, to put the energy that all this energy you have that you've been putting into the divine masculine has been epically painful. Look at that. That's the clarifying card, Three of Swords. And I believe that some of you are realizing that the divine masculine was dishonest and was not giving you 100% of his love. If anything, he was dividing his attention with at least one other person, okay, besides you. There could have been betrayal in your relationship. There could have been deception, that your divine masculine could have stepped out with another person. And you can reverse the roles if you want to here, but I really do feel like the divine masculine betrayed you, lied profusely, and and also didn't tell you certain things or only told you his version of the truth. And so with this outcome, I do believe that also, because the Six of Swords is a card of travel and movement, that some of you might be in a relationship or in separation from your divine masculine, but he may be at a distance from you. He may actually be literally in a different city or a different state or even a different country. And he is, I kind of feel like the divine masculine is, he's suffering. He's feeling guilty. I would say in the week ahead, he's starting to emotionally go back and forth with the actions, consequences of his actions. He's beginning to kind of, it's like he can't avoid it. He's trying to. I get this really strong. I feel like he's really deliberately trying to avoid the consequences of his behavior, of his actions towards you. And he can't get out of his own way. He can't get past it. That's what I'm feeling like this week, the coming week ahead is, he's remembering the pain he caused you. And he can keep detaching all he wants, but it's going to keep coming back to him until it comes back to him karmically. Or perhaps for some of my divine feminine water signs, your divine masculine may decide at some point to reach out to you. Now, I'm going to clarify I'm going to use my other deck here for clarification. Before I do that, I need a sip of water. Hi, Lulu. Say hi to Lulu, everyone. Hi. Okay, I am using my Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon. She makes beautiful tarot decks. And so I'm going to clarify, actually, let's see here. The Two of Cups and the Five of Swords. I want some clarification on that, okay? And so we're going to clarify the action energy here. Okay, so this is action. Two of Cups, Five of Swords. So I'm asking my guides and my guardian angels, please, to be as accurate and as evidential as possible. So that being said, let's see, Two of Cups, Five of Swords. Clarify, please, Spirit. What is this about with the Two of Cups and the Five of Swords? As far as action goes, what is this action about? All right, so Eight of Wands. Oh, God. Okay, so this is energy surge, communication. Honestly, you guys, some of you are going to hear from your divine masculine in the next week ahead in some way. With this, this is a message. Eight of Wands is communication, and I got it right here in the action energy. It's to communicate with someone is taking action. So I kind of believe that for some of you divine feminines out there, you water sign divine feminines, there may be some communication coming through. And the thing I'm getting here is that the Five of Swords is here too. You're not trusting your divine masculine. So let's clarify this a little bit more as to what is the divine masculine's message, because I truly believe it could be that he's being sneaky. And the only reason why I'm saying that he's being sneaky is there are so many sneaky cards here. I mean, Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords, Three of Swords. So there's something about this energy that I'm not completely trusting. But let's just see, clarifying the action energy of the Two of Cups and the Five of Swords in the future next week. What do we have next to the Eight of Wands? Oh, this card is falling out. We got two cards here, guys. Actually, wow, three. Holy cow. Okay, so we've got, all right, guys, the World. Okay, so literally the cycle is completed here. Something is ended and something new is beginning. And so in the divine masculine's mind, if he decides to reach out to you, it's because he's in a position where he feels you might be comfortable enough to hear from him. I don't know, though. I'm getting some ambivalence with the Nine of Pentacles. This is an energy of, especially with the Two of Cups, clarifying the Two of Cups and the Five of Swords as action. This is independence. And for some of my divine feminines, your divine masculine is still in a position of independence or wanting to be single. And that could be for you guys. The energy could be reversed. You may not want this divine masculine back, or you may feel as if you'd rather focus on more important things, like the Nine of Pentacles is about focusing on finances and career and prosperity, what brings you joy. Okay, but in general, I'm trying to see with the Eight of Wands, I do believe, especially next to the World, that your divine masculine, for some of you, he's making a conscious decision to communicate on some level. And then we have the Hanged Man, which is literally in this deck. It's a new perspective. You guys, I think, have a new perspective on your divine masculine and separation. And so when he does, if he decides to reach out to you, communicate with you, even if it's a cryptic message on social media, you don't have to react to it. You know, the Hanged Man is about reevaluation. So you can take your time. You don't have to get back to him. If he says jump, don't say how high. Don't give him that, you know, unless you have an immediate answer. But I feel like for some of my divine feminine water signs, a new perspective is that you guys have had an awful lot of time to reevaluate and evolve and look at this relationship from a whole new perspective. And that's the new perspective. You're looking at things very differently. And then we have 10 of Pentacles, which ultimate achievement here. And I feel like for some of you guys, my divine feminines, you know, this is you focusing on the people in your life that really matter, the people in your life that show up, your family, your friends. These are the people that show up in your life, okay? And so the ultimate achievement is not letting the divine masculine bring you down. Because as I look into the future, remember, I know we've got the Seven of Cups, which is all these ideas, and you know, you're looking at the potential of what you could do, but you got the Ace of Pentacles in the future too, clarifying the Seven of Cups, which means that you guys are forming something. You're making something happen. You're taking your ideas with the Seven of Cups, and then you're manifesting it into ideas that work best for you. So this is all about moving past the pain. You've evolved. I don't think your divine masculine has done a lot of evolution here. I don't think your divine masculine has changed. For some of you, he hasn't changed at all. He's still that guy who is so self-absorbed and arrogant, and that's the energy I'm getting. Let's see here. I'm going to clarify the couple of cards here. Hopes and fears. We've got the Seven of Swords, which is clarified by the Five of Wands. So let's just pull a card on why this comes up in the future as hopes and fears, because this is what hopes and fears is in a reading. It's actually how you'll be experiencing, or what you'll be experiencing in the next, you know, that's what you'll be feeling in the future, is this uncertainty. And the Five of Wands, please clarify the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands. So we've got Knight of Wands. So you may be dealing, some of you, with a fire sign. Aries, Sagittarius, excuse me, guys, Leo. It's passionate adventure in this deck. And I feel like for some of you, you may have felt like you were on an adventure with your divine masculine. He made it very exciting, especially if he is an Aries or a Leo or a, you know, fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. I'm getting a strong Aries energy for some of you. And it could be in his rising, it could be his sun sign, his moon, his rising, Venus. But I'm getting that even if he's not a fire sign, there is this charming. He is charming. I mean, this is the, you know, Knight of Wands can be very, very charming, you know, and he does take action. And so this Knight of Wands, I feel, with the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands, is he always has to be right. And I feel like if he does come through this week and the coming week ahead, I don't know if there's actually going to be reconciliation or a resolution. But I do want to pull another card to clarify the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands came up for the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands in the future for hopes and fears. So please, guides, tell me, why did the Knight of Wands come out to clarify? What is this about for my water signs here? Okay, so one more. Whoa, okay, we'll take it. Chariot. Again, remember I mentioned distance. I think that some of you are in a relationship with someone from a distance, or someone that travels. This is also the energy of someone that always has to be in control. And at this point, I feel like my divine feminine water signs, you're reversing this and you're putting yourself in charge. I mean, this is charging ahead, moving forward. So for some of you, you know, you're moving away from the toxicity of the past and you're putting yourself back in a position of control and power. Okay, that's a big deal. Empowerment. This is going to help you move forward past, you know, the waiting for your divine masculine to reach out. It's no longer waiting. It's no longer waiting. And that's empowering, because now you're shifting the energy back onto him and you're focusing on yourself. He's not your problem anymore. And that changes up the game big time. So for some of you, let's see, he may reach out, he may communicate in a cryptic way, maybe through social media, through a friend, through a mutual friend, by the way, for some of you I'm getting. But the last two cards I definitely want to clarify here. We've got the Six of Swords and the Three of Swords. So we do want to clarify the outcome of, we know Six of Swords is moving away from the pain, moving toward calmer shores, focusing more on what is best for you. So let's clarify the Six of Swords next to the Three of Swords. Spirit, please, I'm asking my guides and my guardian angels. Interesting. Six of Swords comes up again. Excuse me, guys, but this is tranquility ahead in this deck. So look, this is pretty evidential to me, especially with the Six of Swords coming up twice, that you guys are getting past waiting on your divine masculine and separation and moving past this Three of Swords pain. You don't want it anymore. You're letting it go. Let me pull another card on Three of Swords, please, Spirit. What is this about? Aha. Let me just keep... That fell out. I'm going to put it back in. One more card for... Whoa, this 2 cards. 3 cards. I'm going to take them. All right, guys. So clarifying the Three of Swords, we have Five of Wands, which came up before here. Okay. And that is conflict and competition. With the Three of Wands, your divine masculine, my feminines, he was jealous of you. I think you guys had it going on. I think a lot of my divine feminines had a career, had a life, had friends and family that love you and adore you, and you've got a good thing going on in your life, and he was conflicted over that. He was competing, jealous even, okay? And then we've got Ace of Swords, which is breakthrough and awareness, and I think you guys are breaking through and realizing you don't want this pain anymore. Especially with the Ace of Swords, you're realizing that, aha, it's that aha moment of now I can make a healthy choice about what I want to do with my divine masculine in separation. Some of you are going to decide to move on next week in the coming week ahead. Some of you are going to not hold on to this anymore, not hold on to this energy. And then finally, to clarify all of this, is the Fool, which is activation. It's new beginnings. This is so perfect, you guys. The Fool is the beginning of a journey, but it's also starting something new. In the tarot deck, it's the major arcana card at the very beginning of his journey. And for some of you, you are starting again, but you're focusing on yourselves. You're putting energy into your work, your career, your family, your friends, your personal projects, your personal health. I just got an image of someone focusing on exercising and working out and making it more of a routine. Now, that won't be for everybody, but I also am getting an idea here, an image of a woman, a divine feminine water sign, who is putting herself first and no longer waiting for the divine masculine to reach out. Now, it doesn't mean he's not going to. I feel like your attitude has shifted, divine feminines. I feel like, your attitude, it's your attitude that's changed. It's not that you don't care about this divine masculine anymore, but you don't trust the energy of your divine masculine. You don't trust him. And I think I'm going to wrap it up here, but I think before I do, just want to make sure that you guys understand that you have a pretty exciting week coming in. So with some of you here, you may hear from the divine masculine in a cryptic message of some kind through maybe social media or through a friend, a mutual friend. A lot of you are now getting past the pain and the heartache of this separation, and you're coming to this realization that you no longer have to have validation from this divine masculine. So on that note, I hope you guys, I hope some of this resonated with some of you. If you could please leave feedback, I would so appreciate that. And I also am offering readings, private readings. And so if you want more information on my private readings, I will list the information below. My half-hour readings are $60. My 15-minute readings are $30. And my special for this week ahead is to one question answered for $20. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm thoroughly enjoying myself here. this is a great adventure for me, and I'm so appreciative of my subscribers. And yes, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. If you liked the video, please, the button to the left there, to your left, press the like button. To the right, the red button, hit subscribe. And if you could share my video, I would be so appreciative. So you guys have a beautiful week ahead, and have a blessed and beautiful day. Take care.